This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Wednesday, December 18th. I'm here with Brandon and Erica. I'm Jeff. Stephanie is off all week. She's in jolly old England. Let's get started.
Pip, pip.
All right, guys. Ooh, we got a juicy lead today.
Yeah, we do.
Will Jussie Smollett get a second chance on the show that made him famous? Empire executives are thinking about bringing him back for the series finale. They say it would be weird if Jussie weren't there. He was written out after his claims of being a hate crime victim were called into question. So, should they bring Juicy back? Should they bring him back?
We have to explain.
We got to explain Juicy a little bit because we've been saying Juicy for a while.
Jussie Smollett, if you've watched the Sticks and Stones by Dave Chappelle, this is, I don't want to ruin it, you go watch it, but this is what he called him.
He refers to him.
Should they bring him back? Absolutely. Because in America, we have fake outrage. Everyone's all upset all the time over everything. So this is what it's going to do. Remember when all this was going down? That last episode they had him in was one of the highest rated Empire episodes they had in quite some time because no one watched it in a long time.
Fell off a little bit.
If you're bringing it back for another season, why not? Why not have them bring?
Well, this would be the season finale
right.
or the series finale, so it's the last episode.
Oh, I thought they already did the last episode.
There'd be one more. It'd be the last episode.
Oh,
that's
absolutely. Go out on a bang. It's about money. Like, no one
But what about the repercussions for what he did? Don't you think
that's on
right?
That's on the Chicago PD to do that. You guys should have gave him the repercussions, but you messed it up.
We're not the Chicago PD.
You're part of Chicago. You're Cook County.
Yeah. See, I thought you brought up a good point before because Jeff was saying about his coworkers, and we can all understand that.
Just his coworkers.
Right.
Yes, right.
You're in a situation where you're a team. If somebody does something that jeopardizes the team, who knows what ramifications there were for the people on set, and what's that going to do to, like, I don't know if I would want to see him if I were on that team.
But if it was going to make that season finale one of the most watched episodes in Empire history, then you would want that.
What
because
about,
it's more eyes
what about
and
the
ears on
people's
y'all.
integrity that put on the show? They want it just to get numbers. It doesn't matter at this point, right?
At this point, we're all 35 plus. We've all done something to jeopardize our integrity as people, but we're still up here with each other. There are other people, football players, get DUIs, hit their wives or something like that, and they still play. At the end of the day, it's still about that paycheck. You don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to have a cup of coffee with them at craft services, but at the end of the day, you got kids to feed. You have a lifestyle to live. That check.
But he's the reason why they're not getting a check anymore.
No.
That's a big reason. They could at least win another season.
No one was going to watch that show anymore. That show was done for.
So maybe Juicy could save it.
Yeah.
Wow, Juicy got a job. Only in America, Juicy got a job.
All right, guys. Season 17 of The Voice crowned its winner. It's Jake Hoot. More like Jake who?
Oh my gosh.
But everyone is talking about what happened after the show. Apparently, John Legend invited his fellow judges over for dinner and didn't give Chrissy Teigen a heads up. She called him out on Twitter, and everything turned out okay, if you guys were wondering. All the judges had a great time, but we got to ask, has this ever happened to you?
Yes, it has happened to me.
Uh-oh.
My husband, love him to pieces, but when it comes to like hosting, he's not really on the host with the most train. I'm the hostess with the mostest. And he had something that was pretty significant happen, and there were some coworkers who he was going to go out with to celebrate. So he's like, oh, come by at this place after work. So I'm on my way home, and then I get another text that says, oh no, we just decided to come to the house. Wait, what?
What?
You can't just come to the house? Like, I don't even know what's happening at the house. Like, bed's not made, dishes in the sink. Like, it is not bring people over, especially people who have never been to our home over type status. So I get home, and everybody's in, and they're lovely people. We had a great time. But they're all standing around the kitchen, like, mid-drink as I walk through the door, because I'm, like, looking around, like, I'm scanning the whole house, like, what is out? What is going on? You know, it just wasn't host ready. So you have to be at least a little respectful of your spouse, who might be a little bit more hostess with the mostest than you are host with the most.
I see what she's saying. I see what she's saying. Listen,
Yes.
here's the thing. I like a clean house too, and I like having things ready or having food or drinks if someone's coming over. If it's spur of the moment, though, I think it's different for men and women. Like, if I just say, Brandon, do you want to come over? I don't care if my house is dirty.
Yeah.
But if I say, Brandon and Erica, do you want to come over? I'm like, hey, make sure that house is clean. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think I'm going to judge you?
I don't know.
I'm not going to judge you.
But why does your bed have to be made? Who's going into your room?
You got to make your bed, dude.
You have to make your bed. I mean, people, I
They're
don't know. People
downstairs
get
in the living room.
Yeah, but maybe.
What if they go upstairs?
You know, how many times have you been in my house and it's like we're never just downstairs in the living room. You're like all over the house.
I've never been to your room.
No,
I've been
but
in the she
you've
shed.
taken a tour.
No,
You never been upstairs?
not to Erica's house.
I've been upstairs. You never seen like the bathtub?
Yes, you have.
Have I?
We all went there for the host, like happy
We had
hour.
Was your bed made?
Yes, of
We had
course my bed was
champagne in the
made.
bathroom.
Oh, yeah, we did have champagne in the bathroom. Ain't no party like Erica Kyle
I
party,
know.
so I can see why you need to set up and stuff. But I mean, I guess I'm just going to take you guys' word for it, because I'm not one to have people at my apartment, like have people at my house.
But if
I'm
you
not a
did, would
host.
you be embarrassed if your bed wasn't made and there were pans in the sink?
I never make my bed.
Dirty dishes?
I keep a clean house. So that's on y'all.
Well, I guess the world will never know because he never has people over.
He doesn't.
I also live in Versailles. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, guys.
Going off the rails now.
Yeah, a little bit
I
off
mean,
the
if
rails.
you're
A
going to
little
say
bit off the
something where
rails.
nobody can ever verify it, then I'm going to say I live in Versailles.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, guys. Speaking of pet peeves, a radio host got under Adam Driver's skin. The actor was talking to NPR about his new movie Marriage Story when they played a clip of him singing. Well, that was a big no-no because Adam does not like to listen to himself perform. So he got up and walked out, and the interview never aired. So first of all, Erica, I think we should stick up for this man a little bit.
Yeah, you know, when I first read the story, a lot of people were calling him a child and giving the radio host a lot of props. And I didn't understand that at all because I was in radio for like, 20 years? And when someone comes in, interviewing, especially in a radio studio, is a very intimate thing. So there has to be a respect for the host as well as respect for the guest. And it's not like it's rare that someone comes in and their people have already sent you a list of things that are off the table to talk about. So if someone says, I don't feel comfortable with this, and you do it anyway, then you've closed them in a very confined space. And I can tell you, when you're uncomfortable in a radio studio, it's like claustrophobia. And on top of it, he has anxiety and social anxiety about things like this.
Right.
So why would you want to make your guests feel uncomfortable?
Right, and he did tell them. He said, I don't want to see a clip of me performing, and they did it anyway.
Yeah, I think we live in that day and age where a lot of these hosts, a lot of these people who do these interviews want to be a provocateur. They want to get you riled up because their following is going to be like, oh, look at that baby celebrity walking out of there.
Right.
That sort of. They don't understand that if you, like you said, you told them, I don't want these questions. I don't want to hear myself. But these people want to push and try and get some sort of response out of you. But to answer your question about our pet peeves, when you go to some sort of drive-through.
So this is your pet peeve?
This is my pet peeve. You ask for no mayo on your junior bacon cheeseburger, Erica, and it comes back with mayo. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand, I don't like mayonnaise at all. I don't want to eat mayonnaise. So now I got to take the napkin and like wipe it off so I can eat my junior bacon cheeseburger. That's
Does
always
it happen that much that it's a pet
It just
peeve?
happened. You saw me with the Wendy's just now, so that's why
so
it's
it's
fresh in
fresh.
my head. It's
Okay.
fresh.
It's very fresh.
It's very fresh.
How about
can
you? Do you have a
understand
pet
that.
peeve that really irks you?
Oh, man. I mean, things kind of irk me in the moment. It's not like there's a set thing. It's just like, oh man, this is not like I didn't get enough sleep to deal with this today. But I can't really think of something that I'm always like, why are you doing
Here,
this?
I'll give you one. When people do not turn left, let me ask you something, America.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Do you understand that you could turn left on a yellow light? I hate when I'm behind somebody and the light's yellow and they just sit there. What are you doing, you moron? And then you don't even have your turn signal on either. No turn signal, and you didn't turn left on yellow? What's going on here?
I don't know. I don't know, Jeff.
These are, see, I get fired up. I'm fired up before I even get here.
See, here's the problem. So we're in Denver now, and Denver has had a lot of people move into the city. So there's a lot of diverse patterns of driving, if you will. And coming from Chicago, the two of us, like, you have to be aggressive. You have to know what you are doing at all times. You can't be stutter stepping on the gas and the brake. So I understand why Jeff is very frustrated.
You're hanging out at a yellow light, checking the Facebook. No one cares about you. Your friend from high school, what he ate yesterday. Get out of here. All right, guys.
Tell him.
Are you ready for another excellent adventure?
Yes, we are, Jeff.
Well, check out these photos from the set of the new Bill and Ted movie. It's our first look at the third film in the franchise. And are you guys liking these pictures? Because I had to sneak down and look at it. Will you guys go see this? Oh, man. Keanu and the other guy.
Who's the other guy? I know him.
What's his name? The other guy.
Man.
It's sad.
I hope I'm never the other guy. Well, he's getting paid, he's getting checks, but it would really suck to be the other.
Oh, I got it.
You know
his
his
name's Alex Winter. Exactly.
Why y'all shading Alex Winter?
Who's more famous, Alex Winter or Jake Hoot?
Jake Hoot right now because he's relevant.
All right.
He just won The Voice.
But then we
Man,
skipped
it
right
is
over
hard
Jake
out
and went
here
right
in the
to
DBL streets, y'all.
It's tough.
Yeah, apparently.
Why
Did
is it
you
so
know that
quiet
was
in here?
Alex Winter?
No, I didn't know it was Alex Winter, but I'm not going to hate on him.
are
He's
you
back
gonna-
in the movie.
So does that mean you're going to watch the movie?
I don't know. You know me. I don't go to the movie theaters. But, you know, if it was on maybe Netflix or something, I might chill.
You'll watch that, not Game of Thrones?
Well, it's going to take up, what, like 90 minutes of my day?
Man, Erica.
Game of Thrones will take up, like, you know, my whole next chapter.
I'm questioning your Netflix queue.
You shouldn't.
All right. We're done with this.
There we are.
DBL is live, and coming up, we're catching up with actor Dermot Mulroney. He'll take us behind the scenes of his new animated movie and reveal a hidden talent. And actress Gabrielle Union honors our very own Erica Cobb in a way Erica never expected. Trust me, stick around. You do not want to miss this. Buddy?
I know my pet peeve was trivial compared to some of the real world problems that are going on in life, but this has been happening since I was a kid. I don't like mayonnaise. Even my own father.
So when you say don't put mayonnaise on there, it happens all the time?
I just said, can I get a spicy chicken sandwich, no mayo?
You know what you gotta say? I'm allergic to mayonnaise, because then it like they'll get in trouble.
But then I'd be lying. I'm not a liar.
But what's worse, lying or your pet peeve? You could balance out your anger
I
management.
just remember when I was a kid, like when my parents were split up, my dad used to come get us for the weekend. We go eat somewhere, and I'm like, Dad, no mayonnaise. And he would still order it.
See,
and
now-
it would still have mayonnaise on it.
Now we're getting to the core of
Do
this.
you like me or do you not like me?
This is the core of
And then
it.
I used to be like, you, Dad, Mike London Sr., head coach of William and Mary, when you used to cook eggs when I was a kid. No mushrooms in the eggs, Dad. No mushrooms. Come downstairs. There's mushrooms in my eggs. It's a pet peeve.
So this goes back. So when you saw the mayonnaise, you were like 5 years old. Again, and you were like, no, Daddy, no.
I was Jeff Schroeder, didn't take a left at the yellow, ticked off just now.
Seriously, you don't drive. You take Ubers everywhere.
I got a rental car.
You better turn left at yellow. I don't think America knows. You would think 100% of America knows that you could turn left at yellow. I don't think so. I think it's like 50%. The other half are morons, complete morons. They're just taking up
But you
space.
have to wait. You have to wait to make sure that the oncoming cars aren't going anywhere, and then you take the left.
Wait, when they stop and it turns red, you go ahead and make a left.
Yeah, you can go, yeah.
But like, what are you just floating around this planet? You got nowhere to go? What's on Facebook? I think I'll just hang out at this green light. I hate people.
And sometimes the yellow light is
Welcome back. Every now and then, our DBL Nation includes someone who might surprise you, and that person is actress Gabrielle Union. She has been a hot topic on our show of late, and guess what? She shouted out our very own Erica Cobb. Gabrielle called Erica her woman crush Wednesday on Instagram after seeing Erica's passionate moment on the show yesterday. Here's a little reminder. We're going to show you this clip.
People are ill prepared for this conversation because we're not used to seeing, especially black women in privileged position, to be able to stand in their power and their truth. I wake up some mornings and I don't know why I was picked to be here. Like, I don't know if I'm the right person to do this, but I'm here and I'm not going to squander this opportunity.
Now that was just a little clip, Erica. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
It's so crazy, like the timing, because you know how things are happening and you're looking for a sign. And I've been like very quiet and very still. Like, am I moving in the right direction? Am I making the right moves, saying the right things? Because I do feel a tremendous amount of responsibility sitting here. And for her to reach out in the way that she did and say what she said about me on her caption on Instagram was like such a gift from God, whatever your higher calling or purpose is. And she followed up and reached out to me, and I just want Gabrielle Union to know that she has always been a pioneer to me. She has always been a guiding light. She was one of the very first symbols in mainstream media that her face being celebrated made me find celebration in my own. And she has continued to bring us all to the table, and I will be forever grateful. So thank you so much. Woman Crush Wednesday, like my mind is completely blown, but it is such an honor and it's a responsibility. And as I said to her earlier today, it was not one that I will take lightly. So I really appreciate her putting me on that platform.
You know, Erica, I've known you for about a year and a couple months now. This is an expectation from me when it comes to you, because remember the day we were on that rooftop? It was me, you, and Al. We were, you know, having fun, sitting there having a talk, and you were kind of talking about what your path, what your purpose was and stuff. And I kind of told you, you have to keep going. There's no way you can stop. There's no way you can stop your voice, because you are making a difference in the life, not only for little black children, for women out there. The story you tell about what you've had to go through and what you've had to triumph. My mom loves you. My sisters love you. My little nieces, I want them to grow up to be Erica Cobb. I want them to grow up with your strength, your humility, and all that. And I love it when you rag on me and people's like, oh, why is she ragging on you like that? Because she's correcting something and because she loves me at the same time. So you better not stop. You can't stop. And I just love your black girl magic, and I love your overall energy.
Thank you, Brandon.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We're out of time, and I just love you.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Sorry, you said it
I love
beautifully.
you guys.
Brandon, you made me cry, man. You made me cry. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Thanks, man.
I wish you
I
would have shed
appreciate
a
that.
little tear too. Would have showed a little more emotion. Just joking. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I make jokes when it comes to awkward moments. Coming up on DBL, actor Dermot Mulroney is a man of many talents and reveals a hidden one most of us didn't know he had. Stick around. That's next.
We've got an update today in the college admissions scandal. Actress Lori Loughlin now says she believes she was duped by the mastermind behind the scheme. Sources say she believes she was hoodwinked by Rick Singer. Not only that, but she reportedly thinks she'll be exonerated once all that evidence comes to light. DBL Nation, we talk about Lori a lot on the show. Do you think she's going to end up in prison? Let us know using the hashtag dbltake. And just days ahead of Christmas and Hanukkah, Amazon is changing its shipping process. The company is blocking third-party sellers from using FedEx Ground because apparently FedEx hasn't been doing a great job. Now, this may sound confusing, but third-party sellers make up half of Amazon's offerings, so this could affect you getting your packages for Christmas and Hanukkah. Now, if you're worried something won't arrive on time, make sure you contact Amazon as soon as possible. DBL Nation, this has been Fast Blast for you. I'll keep you updated on these stories and any breaking news that comes in on your digital breaks throughout the day. Bye now.
The deadline for deliveries is on, and with the push to get packages to customers on time, we've seen questions about whether UPS is using drivers and personal vehicles to get the job done. We even heard it was happening right here in Atlanta, so let's verify. UPS says during peak holiday season, the company does everything they can to be as flexible as possible so that they can deliver for customers. That means using full-time, part-time, and seasonal employees. The company says the majority of deliveries are made in the well-known branded vehicles with UPS uniformed drivers. But the holiday brings more helpers. UPS verified some jobs are done by seasonal employees who drive their own personal vehicles. The gig offers flexibility plus helps UPS deal with increased workload. According to UPS, these drivers are specially trained and their vehicles are confirmed to be appropriate for their routes. Those drivers still wear a standard UPS uniform. And as a reminder, the company says UPS does not deliver directly into homes. Drivers are never instructed or permitted to cross a threshold into a residential property. We also checked in with FedEx. The company says the majority of deliveries are completed using a FedEx branded vehicle.
Welcome back to DBL. I don't know if you know this or not, but Dermot Mulroney does it all. I'm talking movies, TVs, and he's even a musician. Earlier, Tori Schulman talked with him about his latest gig in voice acting, and you can check it out in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Dermot Mulroney, welcome to DBL. Sorry I said that so weird. Well, I've got to start by asking, what are you doing in Spain now? I'm super jealous.
Oh, Spain has been wonderful to me. I'm here in Barcelona, beautiful city of the world, and I am just at the end completing season 2 of Hannah, which was had their hit first season on Prime Video, starring Esme Creed Mills and Mireille Enos.
Nice. Now, I love that you reunited with your good pal Julia Roberts and a few others from the cast of My Best Friend's Wedding earlier this year. I got to ask, 20 years later, was it just like the same? Was it exactly the same? You guys picked up right where you left off?
Oh, it was actually incredible. I'm glad. That's one of the times I'm glad there was somebody there to capture the moment. Julia and I have stayed in touch throughout. We worked for Amazon on Homecoming last season, in fact, so we had that reunion there as well. But to catch up, especially with Rupert, who I hadn't seen in forever, and to see Cameron again up close and personal, it was phenomenal.
So good. Now, let's talk about one of your latest projects. You voiced a character in a new animated movie called Cats. What was it like being a cat? How do you get into that actor brain mode of the cat? And how did you pick the voice? I know that's a really important part of the tone and the richness and the pacing for the voice.
Well, I kind of went all the way around the block to wind up where I started, which sometimes is part of the creative process. But I tried out a funny voice, a cat voice, and ultimately this overprotective father who is an indoor cat ends up sounding somewhat mostly like this, like me.
Hey, Cape. What are you doing?
And I couldn't have had more fun doing it.
That's awesome. Now, I didn't know this, and some people probably don't, our audience included. You're a classically trained cellist. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, the most amazing experience that my student skills, which are pretty high, coming through college even, I'm able to put to use years and years later as an adult. So really the way it came together, I played almost exclusively with one composer, Michael Giacchino. He did the score for so many wonderful movies. He got an Oscar for Up.
Wow.
But when I met him, he had scored The Family Stone. So I told him, you should have me in and play for you sometime. He's like, yeah, well, you need to really know how to play. And I said, well, Michael, I do. I've been in his orchestra ever since, so I've had an incredible time playing orchestral scores for probably 20 or 25 movies by now.
That's insane. You're so well-rounded. Everyone, make sure to check out Cats. It will be exclusively available on DirecTV on December 19th. Thank you, full-rounded Renaissance man Dermot.
Thank you.
Thank you, love.
Very much.
He's a classically trained cellist as well. I told you he does it all. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by Beauty Blasters, what's up? It's Jeray for the Slay, and today we're talking about that skin that slays. Now, you all have beautiful skin. Don't get me wrong, everyone's beautiful on the inside or whatever, but sometimes we need to update that skincare routine a little bit more to get that glow. Okay, did y'all catch that? That glow. All right. Now, for today's topic, we're talking about toning and the joys of using a toner. Now, it's not as crazy as it used to be. I know you guys are all rolling your eyes at home thinking, oh my gosh, here we go. He's gonna talk about some sea breeze. Not today, honey. Toners have changed a lot over the years, and as much as we all hated using them in our teens and how much it dried out our skin with all that alcohol content, in today's world, we actually have much more toners to fit every type of skin type. It's not just for oily or acne-based skin anymore. So let's go ahead and break down a couple for you guys. My favorite is using a gentle toner, something that will simply help to make sure to take off any remnants of makeup after you wash your face and before you apply your moisturizer onto your skin. Now, you don't want it to be too drying and you don't want it to be too active at the same time. So to start, I love the First Aid Beauty Exfoliating Toning Wipes. Now, these guys are little circle pads that are predisposed with serum in them to help to make sure that we are brightening, hydrating, and keeping that skin looking beautiful, honey. Okay. Now, another thing you can also use is a oil control toner. These guys are still out here, but we don't have to use that high alcohol content once again. One of my favorites for these guys is actually from Ole Hendrickson, or you can always check out the Ultra Facial Oil Control Toner from Kiehl's. This guy is amazing for balancing out your skin if you might be a little bit excessively oily, and it's also going to help to make sure that we're minimizing and tightening those enlarged pores if you're more on the oily skin type. Now, another great toner is going to be for radiance in the skin. This guy is one of my favorites and what I use on my skin every night. Peter Thomas Roth Glycolic 8% Toner is amazing for improving radiance and uneven skin tone as well. Now, for all of these, all you want to do is either take it out of the package or take a separate cotton round and go ahead and disperse your product onto your cotton, taking it from your T-zone outwards to make sure that we're smoothing any of that extra makeup right off of our skin and applying the serum where we need it. Now, you guys check out some of those toners. There's every type of toner from drugstore to prestige. So let me know your favorites down below or write me on any social media platform at Jeray for the Slay. We'll see you guys next time.
Welcome back to DBL. Brandon, we got some comments or what?
We sure do. Marquita Baker says, so happy that Gabrielle Union gave Erica a shout out, and she also says we had a beautiful moment.
It was.
And Michael Loveland says that she just, talking about Erica, she just has to stop fibbing to Michelle Obama about some hair. Inside joke if you're a DBL fan.
Michael Loveland, are you chirping at me?
Oh.
You best not be chirping.
Erica's big time now. We'll see you guys tomorrow.